hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is V and I'm sitting right by the loudest train you will ever meet in your life. It's just going by right now, but I thought that's not going to stop me from filming. I'm currently away in New York, so I'm in a hotel room. So anyways, welcome to my channel. We're going to be doing a video on the two books, well technically three because one is a series, but the two books that I would sell my left arm and my left toe and my soul all combined to read again for the first time, and unfortunately I can't do that, so I am passing it on to you guys so that you can read it for the first time if you haven't already. And if you have read these already, please come with me in the comment section to talk about how amazing they are, because I am hooked and I can't stop thinking about them. So the two books are guys, this is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and then this is The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. These two books are amazing, phenomenal, mind-blowing. I honestly have not been able to sleep. I think I read this in 5 days and couldn't sleep. Went to bed at like 5 a.m. every night because I was just reading and could not put it down. So let's start with her. She is fiction and she is the best book. I don't know what each page of this book is laced with, but whatever it is, I'm addicted to it because it is amazing. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So when I read this, it was suggested to me by a friend to read it, and I was like, oh, I don't know. Then I had other friends suggesting it. Then I saw Jade reading it. Then I saw a few people reading it, and I was like, this book, I need to get into it. When I read it, like, what else is there to say really? So it is set in the modern time. It's set in the modern day, to be fair, but it's focusing on the life of this woman called Evelyn Hugo, and she's probably about 70 at that point, or 80. I forgot. That's a really key thing I should remember, but I forgot. She's older now, and she's telling the story of her life, and at this point she's had 7 husbands, and she asks this journalist to come and write the story of her life. She's a huge famous movie actress, and she asks this woman to write about her life, and as they are doing the interview, we learn about the 7 husbands, why she married each of them, and what's happening. And there's a huge plot twist in this book, a huge plot twist that you will not see coming. You will not see it coming. I don't care how great, smart, intelligent you are. I promise you, I bet you any money, you will not see this plot twist coming. I did not see it coming, and when I saw it, my jaw was on the floor. It dropped, and I was like, oh my god, this is why we're learning about the 7 husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Amazing. And each husband brings out a different side of her, different part of her life. It's just, her life is amazing, and I had great sympathy for Evelyn. By the end of it, I was like, oh my gosh, Evelyn, you live in my heart. And obviously I don't want to give any spoilers away because we all know that I'm prone to doing that, but overall it's a really exciting book. It tells you the history of this powerful, incredible woman, but also a sad history about her and what actually happened to her, and how it's kind of like a play on appearance versus reality. You know, you think she's got this fabulous, glamorous life from the outside, but then when you hear the actual ins and outs, you realize that she had to sacrifice a lot to get to where she is and become who she was. So I know that's very vague, so if you haven't read this, you're probably thinking, what? That doesn't make any sense. But if you've read this, you're probably thinking, that's quite on the nose, V. So I just recommend you read it, and I would give anything to read this for the first time again, because I was in a trance, I was in a different world, I was just hooked by it. So yeah, I hope that does the same for you. So definitely read this, one of my top picks. Then The Gilded Ones. I read this next, so I finished that one first and then I moved on to this, and it was literally back to back, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a chill one. People have recommended this to me, but you know, we'll see. Nothing can beat Evelyn Hugo, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I'm not saying it beats it or that it matches it. They're just two different mind-blowing books. This book, it's so good because it's so cleverly written. Like, Namina Fauna as an author deserves her flowers because the way that she writes, you don't see what's going to happen next as it's going to happen next. Like, I did not know that Dacre, who's the main character, this is Dacre, I did not know what was going to happen to her would happen to her. And I guess maybe that's why I like these two books, because they have the element of genuine surprise, and it's a genuine, well-written story that has that foreshadowing. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it just has all the elements. I think I like it when fiction is written and written well and not just there for the big hoo-ah moments. It's actually a great story. You fall in love with Dacre, her friends, the things that happen to her. I don't know what a spoiler is and what's not a spoiler, so I'm trying not to say too much without also not saying enough. But all I can say is, if you are looking for a beautiful story that gets you lost in a whole different world, a fantasy world where, you know, it is a lot about female empowerment as well, to be fair, because it touches on a lot of topics that we speak about in the modern world, in the modern day, but in a different way, where we're not obviously slaying dragons. There's no dragons, but you get the gist. It says outcasts by blood, warriors by choice, and I really like it. It's about a strong, powerful, amazing girl, and it says on the back, in this bold and immersive fantasy, a young heroine fights to save a world that would dare tame her and discovers that she is her own fiercest weapon. Which is true. Like, it is definitely fantasy world and all about finding her strength in a world that's rejecting her, which I think a lot of us can relate to. So that is it. Like, those are the two books that I would give my left arm to read again. And the Gilded Ones has a part 2 called The Merciless Ones, and it just, you think this is as good as it gets. Then there's number 2, and I finished number 2 as well. I just don't have the copy with me, but number 2 is all red, this one's all green. And when you read The Merciless Ones, you're like, hold on, what a plot twist. What a massive, unexpected plot twist. And you're gonna have to teach me, guys, like, how to tell you about the book without telling you too much. Have I done that well in this video? I don't know. Did I give away too much? Did I not give away enough? I don't know. You be the judge and let me know. But really love those 2 books, and I think I'm a fan of fiction that is well written but also stands for something. So I think the reason why these 2 attracted me is the fact that they have 2 powerful women at the forefront, and it's all about them discovering their power but in different ways. So in Evelyn Hugo, Evelyn is clearly using her voice to kind of stand up for what she believes in, and it explores sexuality as well. It explores a world where she couldn't fully exist as herself. And even in this one, actually, in Merciless Ones and the Gilded Ones, they do talk a lot about sexuality, acceptance, religion, femininity, masculinity, the fragility of it all. Like, they do cover such important themes, but they present it in a really fun way, which I think is really good, because especially if you're going to have young readers reading this, you want them to be able to, you know, do a deep dive and connect with the stories, but also learn something. And I think Merciless Ones especially does that a lot. It plays on that role of like understanding identity and belonging and all that jazz. But overall, to wrap it up, I loved these 2 books. They are the best. I really recommend it. For Evelyn Hugo, it says a spellbinding novel about love, glamour, and the price of fame. And we've already read this one. Are we girls or are we demons? Are we going to die or are we going to survive? Fans of Children of Blood and Bone and Black Panther are going to adore this. That's it. That's the end. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a recommendation of other books that are good if you've read these. And if you've read these, comment down below what your thoughts are, because I'm going to meet you in the comments. And if you haven't read these, buy them already. What are you waiting for? Please buy them and start with this, then go to this, and then go to Merciless Ones, which is number 2 of this one, and let us know what you think. So love you lots. I'm gonna dash, and thank you so much for watching. The best books. Bye.